Students, welcome to video lecture session number 12, BBA program, subject consumer behavior for 5th semester, Bangalore North University. So, under chapter 2, determinants of consumer behavior, we will study about Hull's drive reduction theory. So, previous class in previous section, that is previous video lecture number 11, we studied about consumer needs and motivation. And learning objective is present video lecture is the students will be able to explain the health drive reduction theory, and the outcome of the session is the students will be able to explain health drive reduction theory. So let us understand what is the background of this health drive reduction theory. It is one of the popular theory which links needs drives with goals. So as I explained in the previous session, consumer needs and motivation. So motivation includes three things: motives, motivation, and motivating. And this motivation is mainly concerned with three things, that is needs, drives, and goals. What is the needs? Needs is nothing but it is the most basic human requirements, and drives. It is nothing but it tells how these needs translates into behavior, how these things make the consumers to make purchase decision, and goals. What are all the behaviors aims to achieve, and how they are going to achieve these goals by purchasing the products or services. So Mr. Hull links these three variables components into one thing, that is needs, drives, and with goals, that is called Hull. So Hull's drive reduction theory attempts to explain both motivation and learning. So he's trying to explain the theory of two things, that is motivation. Again, motivation includes three components: needs, drives, and goals, and learning. This theory is based on the principle which may be of general interest, though Hull was mostly concerned with the operation of primary needs. Even though he concentrated on primary needs, but it is applicable for the general interest for understanding the Hull's drive reduction theory. So in case of Hull drive reduction theory, he explains about three concepts, that is need, drive, and goal. As I said, in as basic three concepts of motivations are need, drive, and goal. By taking these three components, he is going to explain his theory. So in case of need, how it is going to reduction the needs, and what is drive, and how it is going to drive reduction the drive, and goal oriented, how his drives reduction as well as reinforcement drive reducing behavior. By having these three components, he is going to explain the he is going to explain the theory concept called motivation and learning. So as I explained in the previous session itself, motivation types of motivations are positive and negative motivation. By taking this example, he is going to explain his theory. Suppose a salesman, during the course of performing uh, his work, that is sales promotion, if he feels thirsty and he wants to get a refreshment, a small from a small restaurant or from a small shop or retail shop, is going to uh, he is going to purchase the cool drink to satisfy his thirst. So let us say example, he needs at the time, whenever he feels thirst at that time, he needs or he wants to drink a Pepsi. Let us say example Pepsi. Suppose this Pepsi is not available in the shop, then he maybe go with trying another drink that is available in the shop. Let us say example Maza at this time. So he select Maza and fulfill his thirst. Then from next time onwards, he's likely to be selected next time in the whenever he feels thirsty. So so in this we have a positive motivation that he fulfill his thirsty by consuming masa. So same thing, we have a negative motivation also where a tourist visiting in a different places, historical places in various parts of places. So if he is allergic with the spicy food, then he will avoid taking these spicy food item and prefers to take some uh, diet food where he feels comfortable. So this approach is called as negative motivation, where where he has an option of fulfilling his wants and needs. So by explaining these two examples, Mr. Hull drive theory explains the concepts of positive motivation and negative motivation. And even he has, yeah, we have various types of motivational process where he unfulfilled needs and wants and desires, and that makes them to continue with the tensions. So tensions which will lead to a drive, and a drive is leads to a learning process or cognitive process where they can select suitable products or services. Even that depends upon the behavior or goals or needs fulfillment. Again, this will have a their satisfaction of products or services. This can be explained in the different motivational process also. So both Hull reduction theory and motivational process are something like similar, where in case of Hull reduction theory, he will takes mainly three basic components of called need, that reduces the need reduction, drive, even that reduces drive reduction, and goal oriented. In case of simple motivational process, he will takes unfulfilled needs, wants, and desires that leads to him transition, that leads to him reduces the tension, also drive that makes them learning cognitive process, and that will lead him to make the behavior as well as goal or need fulfillment. So the concerned individual are engaged in the behavior to reduce the drive or tension. So it is emphasized that specific behavior adopted by the individual and the specific goal selected will be influenced by his or her thinking process, that is called as cognitive process and previous learning. So this goes to show how the only those marketers who understand the motivation theory can attempt influencing the consumer decision making process. So these are the some of the theories are some of the areas where this Hull drive reduction theory can be applied. So according to Hull, drive reduction at reinforces the drive reducing behavior where it is likely to behavior be repeated again in case of recurrence of the need in future. So in case of future also, if he needs the consumers products or services, where this behavior can be repeated again and again. As I explained in the previous example itself, that is positive motivation, where he is going to supplement his cool drinks to Pepsi to Mazda, and negative motivation, that is spicy food to diet food. So again, this can be repeated in the future terms also. So by analyzing this, I have given some five MCQs where this model health drive reduction theory can be understanding better way. So according to Hull theory, which are all the three aspects linked with goals? So needs, drives, none of the above, both A and B. So as I said in the previous slides itself, Hull reduction theory basically concentrate on three things: needs, drives, and goals. Here already question is given as with goals. Other two parts of the things is needs and drives. Hence, the answer is both A and B. Second one. Hull's drive reduction theory attempts to explain. So this theory purely attempts to explain the motivation, learning, both A and B, and none of the above. As I said in the first slide itself, Hull's drive reduction theory attempts to explain both two things, that is motivation as well as learning. Again, motivation is having three parts, that is needs and drive and goal. These three constitute what motivation and learning. So the answer is both A and B. According to this theory, the main driving force is emotional, motivational, goal, none of the above. So the main basic things in Hull drive reduction theory concentrate on motivation aspects. Hence, the answer is motivation. In this theory, the concern of individual is to reduce the tension, to increase the tension, neutral, none of the above.